The next one then.
What I book?
Okay, but there again for another video. I want to discuss informer, aka snitch. So much hypocrisy in a Jamaica regards informer. What are the so-called invisible codes what people live by? Much destruction we're gonna make this word cause. Can a law-abiding citizen and a taxpayer be a snitch? Be a quote-unquote informer? I want to tackle that one real serious. Real serious. I tell you this right now. Listen.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
Also, the topic of more license firearm needed in Jamaica. And should we start campaigning for more informing in Jamaica as law-abiding citizens? Ask yourself that question.
And regardless of your personal feelings, you are not being asked to decide a moral issue, you are being asked to decide a legal issue.
Let's use a recent crime in Jamaica. We have some context on what we're talking about. Here we go.
Yeah, yo, no matter what, dog, don't snitch.
I ain't saying nothing, dude.
Dog, where you drive come here? Where Kingfish there?
I phone Kingfish. I floppy Kingfish.
Yeah.
You know me, I die before I turn snitch.
We tell them nothing, they got nothing.
I'm gonna tell them. You think J-Rock talking?
Hell no, dog. J-Rock is my cousin. That man would never snitch.
The next one then.
What I book?
Alright, so just chill out here. Oh, hey, bring that ice when you get that chance, Dwight. All right, man. You the man, Dwight.
Bitch ass cop.
What up, J-Rock? They hurt you up in there?
What you mean hurt you? Look like he just got back from the fucking snack shop. What you say to them, man?
I can never snitch. That's on my kid.
Hey, you did the right thing.
So, do you think I might need some protection or something?
Yeah, that's more the feds thing. You'll be fine. You see anything weird, you just give us a call, all right, buddy? Okay.
Hey, Bernard! You snitch ass motherfucker! Shut the fuck up!
All road boy, man fin dead. Just make them know we not save no land. Gunshot for bust up in a informer head.
Alright, that was fun and games, but let's hear real news.
2 men in police custody after robbery attempt in St Mary. 2 men are now in police custody following an attempted robbery in the farming community of Lewis Store, St Mary, on Tuesday. The incident reportedly occurred at around 3 p.m., when a businessman had just returned home from a financial institution when he was accosted by 2 men, one of whom was armed with a gun. The businessman reportedly resisted the robbery attempt, and the gunman opened fire, hitting him in the leg. The businessman was able to disarm the gunman, and he and his accomplice were both arrested by the police. A 9mm pistol and several rounds of ammunition were also seized from the men. The suspects have been identified as 25-year-old Omar Brown and 22-year-old Rohan Williams, both of Lewis Store. They have been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and shooting with intent. They are scheduled to appear in the St Mary Parish Court on Wednesday. In an interview with The Gleaner, Superintendent Michael Smith, head of the St Mary Police, said the police are committed to fighting crime and ensuring the safety of the community. We will not tolerate acts of violence and lawlessness, and we will continue to work tirelessly to bring criminals to justice, he said. Smith also urged members of the public to be vigilant and report any suspicious activity to the police. We need the help of the public to keep our communities safe, he said. If you see something, say something.
If you see something, say something. How long we are gonna live under this invisible code called snitch? When the criminals are not living by these codes. You see them even in the moment of committing the act, they're willing to tell on his alleged brother while doing an alleged crime. So why law-abiding citizens, law-abiding taxpayers should live behind these snitch or informer codes. No, you are truth tellers. You live in a life of truth. Stop letting these artists, these people in the community, cover you down into not doing your part of making the country better. Repercussion. Either way, somebody in your family does something, then come at you. These people are heartless. Them are come for the infant, the pregnant, the pet mouse, the animal, the kids. It doesn't matter. So what kind of informer code people are live by in modern day Jamaica when people are dropped like fly? So we need to start reassess this and start say if we should start a snitch campaign. Let's start with some of your biggest artists, them we talk about them want change and better than talk about government. Start go and tell the people them to be truth tellers online. Change the narrative from informers to truth tellers. We need more citizens that are truth tellers that can come forward and help make the place better. So many people have information and sit down on it. They need to have some form of anonymous ways, whether online, somewhere where these things can be heard and these people can be protected. Because everybody talk. No matter how much crime these criminals do, they always talk. Because we live in a time of narcissism, right? Everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be the talk of the moment. So they're willing to talk and say anything. We hear all the voice notes. We hear them put the phone in their face on the internet, on social media. People talk. So yeah, everybody willing to tell. If you take a picture of a crime or send a dead body and send it past you to somebody, you're already an informer, you know? If you type something on it, yeah, internet, on social media, you're an informer. If you tell somebody about a crime and somebody tell about you're an informer. So if everybody already informing, why not just do it the right way through the law? Because some of these cowards and weak men need to come off of the streets too much, and people living a lie behind the informer code. It's like a rub a lot of people wrong, but look into yourself and see if you're a part of a problem.
And regardless of your personal feelings, you are not being asked to decide a moral issue, you are being asked to decide a legal issue.
Look, a group of citizens get together and be truth tellers. Apprehend this guy who has been allegedly committing a crime in their neighborhood. So we need more truth tellers. It seems like jungle justice work here in conjunction with law enforcement. Even though the crime scene, yeah, it's like there's no investigation, no. Everything contaminated up. People everywhere. But at least nobody died. And maybe some justice, something will come out of this, you know. And these guys can get put away if they're found guilty for a very long time. And this can be the start of having a truth tell in Jamaica where we can start tell the truth and get criminals behind bar. Yeah. Shout out to that law-abiding citizen with his licensed firearm who decided to take on the 3 criminals and put his life as risk to prevent someone else's life. Yes. Big up to that man. Which leads to the question, do we need more licensed firearm holders in Jamaica? And what are the criteria? We recently, on the last video here, about the Prime Minister said he's going to be cutting public servants. So our security forces are part of that. And if there's less security forces, maybe we need more citizens with licensed firearms. What are the criteria we need to make this known, and we need to start ask the Prime Ministers to make the criteria very clear and maybe start push them in ads like how them push them political campaigns and television of the criteria and let ordinary citizens who meet these criteria can start apply, cause it seems that we need them for protection. If these guys know more people have firearms, maybe they'll be more on edge or more likely to not try things, because they're getting very bright and upfront in public, no care, whatever it is. So we need to take this into consideration. That's my part on that. I hope this video or whatever I said, you have somewhat been entertained or somewhat enlightened. Listen to these definition of informants or a snitch, and peace.
Informer, this is a general term for someone who provides information to law enforcement. Rat, this is a derogatory term for a snitch, often used in a criminal context. Squealer, this is another derogatory term for a snitch, often used in a school or workplace context. Grass, this is a British term for a snitch, often used in a football, soccer context. Whistleblower, this is a term for someone who reports illegal or unethical activity to authorities, often at the risk of their own personal safety. Deepfake informant, this is a term for someone who creates or distributes deepfakes, which are videos or audio recordings that have been manipulated to make it appear as if someone is saying or doing something they never did. The specific name used for a snitch may vary depending on the context. For example, a snitch in a criminal context might be called a rat or a squealer, while a snitch in a school or workplace context might be called a grass. It's important to note that the term snitch can have a negative connotation, and not all of these individuals are motivated by bad intentions. Some informants, for example, may be motivated by a desire to help law enforcement catch criminals. Whistleblowers may be motivated by a desire to do the right thing and expose wrongdoing. And deepfake informants may be motivated by a desire to spread misinformation or to damage someone's reputation.
One over the bush over something, you know. Police are coming. If you know it's on my private business, take it serious. Yeah, my uniform. I see mash up one on the road. Yes.
Mash up on the road, you know.
No, man, no, the phone.
You tell everything if you do it. You think I look at thing on the ground with boy, yeah? You think I look about the thing on the ground with boy, yeah?
A long time on that. Get the right gears and come. Sawad. He mash it up here. He make a call for it and mash it up after. Actually, big man up there, so. You think Sawad are going to help you? You think Sawad are going to
chipping item, Sawad. You say chipping item. More you're going to bush and get shot, you know. So, how will you drive, come here? Where Kingfish there?
A full car, a full Kingfish. A floppy Kingfish. Yeah.
How much Kingfish? The next one then.
What I book?